Hello, traders. FX Speculator here. Today is Wednesday, and it is May 29th. So happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Hopefully everybody's having a fairly good week. Definitely not too bad of a week. A little bit slow this week as far as dollar news goes, but boy, look at the dollar go. It definitely doesn't really slow anything down. We got a nice move on the dollar pairs, so everything's looking pretty good. Everything's looking good there. So So let's see here. What is that noise that I'm listening to? So, anyways, yeah, let's get started right away with the live stream. Now, the whole point of this live stream is definitely to be taking requests. So, definitely don't be afraid to put your requests in the chats. I'll be more than happy to look at basically anything. Anything anybody would like me to look at, definitely put it in the chats. I'd be more than happy to look. If somebody does have something they would like to look at, definitely put it in the chats, the YouTube chats. We'll look at basically anything. And we may as well get started right away. I'm going to cover the major US dollar pairs, the popular pairs first, and then if we have something beyond that, then we'll definitely go from there. And we will continue to go from there. We'll continue to look at basically anything anybody would like me to look at. So I'm going to start off by looking at the US dollar index because, I mean, for me, the US dollar index is definitely one of the more important things to look at, especially when you're talking about the dollar pairs. So basically, a lot of my analysis is definitely dependent on the dollar analysis. I am a big believer that
Hello,
if you know what the
traders.
dollar
FX
itself is
Speculator
doing, then you probably
here. Today
also have a
is
pretty good idea
Wednesday, and it
of what
is
the dollar
May
pairs
29th.
themselves are doing. So
So happy Wednesday, happy hump
I
day.
do believe,
Hopefully
like I've
everybody's
been
having a
saying for a
fairly
while, we definitely do have one,
good
two,
week. Definitely
three,
not too bad of
four,
a week.
and five layers down on the
A little
US
bit
dollar.
slow this
We
week
also
as far
have a pretty significant little channel going on
as
right here, which
dollar
is
news
actually more of
goes,
a
but boy,
daily
look at the
time frame
dollar
channel,
go.
but definitely a pretty decent little channel
Definitely
going on
doesn't
right
really
here.
slow
So
anything down.
I wouldn't be surprised at this point if the dollar did
We
go
got a
all the
nice
way
move
back
on the
up to
dollar
maybe
pairs,
even
so
all the way up
everything's
to the
looking pretty
50%
good. Everything's
of the
looking good there.
channel. So yeah, definitely. Before we get started, if anybody has not done so already, definitely join my absolutely free
So
Discord
let's
community.
see here.
I
What
see
is
somebody
that
in the chats
noise
was
that I'm
asking about
listening
it, so I'll put the links for that in the chats and in the
to?
description of this video.
So, anyways, yeah, let's get
Doubling up
started
the
right
audio.
away
Yeah, I noticed that something was kind
with
of
the
strange with
live
the audio
stream.
right now. Just give me 1 second. I think
Now,
I
the whole point of this live stream is definitely
okay. Hopefully
to
that
be
solved it
taking
right there.
requests.
Maybe,
So,
maybe not.
like
Definitely
I
don't be
said,
afraid to put your requests
I
in the
just
chats. I'd be
now
more than happy
starting
to look at
to
basically live stream
anything,
on multiple
anything
platforms at
anybody would like
once,
me to
and
look
maybe
at,
that's
definitely put it in
causing
the
some
chats. I'd be
issues, but I think I can figure this out.
more than happy to look. If somebody
Okay.
does have something they would like to look at,
I noticed that there was a little bit of
definitely put it in the chats, the YouTube chats.
audio
We'll
issue
look at
going on.
basically
Is that
anything.
better? I think you
And we may as well get started right away.
thank you for that.
I'm going to cover the
And
major US dollar pairs, the
let me know if
popular pairs first, and then if we have
but yeah, imagine
something
so
beyond that, then we'll
honestly,
definitely
I'm a
go
big
from there.
believer if you know what the
And
dollar
we will
itself is
continue
doing, then you actually have a really
to
good
go from there. We'll continue to look at basically anything anybody would like me to
general. So if you
look
do
at.
know what the
So I'm going
dollar
to start
itself is
off by
doing, but
looking
you
at the
don't
US
really know
dollar
what the
index
dollar
because, I
itself
mean,
is
for
doing also. So it's a really
me,
important
the US dollar index is definitely one of the more important more important things
important
to
data
look at, especially when you're
as
talking
we
about
continue to
the dollar pairs.
have
So basically,
sound issues, huh? Man.
a lot of my analysis is definitely dependent.
So that's all the way down. Let's see. Hopefully that seems like it should be working. I already got one audio input going, so hopefully that's better. Sorry about that, Paulo. Let me know, Paul, if that's better. Definitely seems like it should be, but all right. Hopefully that's better. All right. Anyways, so most likely, I believe we're in an ABC correction. I think there's a pretty good chance this right here is a wave A. I think there's a pretty good chance this right here is a wave B, and I think there's also a pretty good chance that we're going up right now for a wave C. So one of the most important things that we need to do right now is put our Fibonacci retracement from here to here. And also, like I said, this channel right here, I think is a pretty important deal for us too. So let's do this. Let's change this real quick so I don't see this on the higher time frames. And let's go up to about the daily time frame. So, like I just mentioned, we definitely do have five waves on the dollar, and that is probably. Uh, Now you can't hear me on YouTube. What the heck? The mic volume is low. Okay, let me turn it up a little bit. Sorry about that. Here we go. Hopefully that's a little better. All right, definitely let me know that everything's going good. Like I said, I'm just recently, yesterday was the first day that I started live streaming on multiple platforms at once, so probably gonna take a few. Perfect. Thank you, Charisma. I appreciate that. Like I said, I just recently started live streaming on multiple platforms at once, so it's probably going to be a little bit of trial and error getting everything going. But I think that we definitely can figure this out. And as time goes on, it definitely should get better and better. So thank you, Charisma. So I think there's probably a pretty good chance that this is an ABC correction. I think this right here is a wave A. I think there's also a very good chance this is an ABC or B. And I also think there's probably a pretty good chance that we're going up right now for a wave C. So most likely this is going to end up continuing up to one of these Fibonacci levels. Hey, Menu, how's it going? So I think there's a pretty good chance we're going to go up to one of these fib levels, maybe the 61.8, maybe the 50% fib, and then we're probably going to get another push down. I personally think that this up here is a wave C. If that right there really is a wave C right there, then that means that this most likely is a wave 1, and that also means that this most likely is a wave 2, and probably going to end up going down for a wave 3. Oh, Menu still lagging a little, huh? Man, maybe live streaming on three different areas at once is not going to be too ideal. So, sound disappeared. Ugh. Oh, man, all right. To look at, especially when you're talking about the dollar pairs. Audio. Let's see. Mic should be good. Hopefully everything's good. Let me know.
So basically,
The more feedback I get, the better when it comes to stuff like this.
a lot of my analysis is
Is the sound good? Is it doubling up? Is it
definitely
lagging?
depend.
Is there any lag on it? Does everything seem pretty good? Definitely let me know what you think. Because if it's not good, I definitely won't be live streaming on all these platforms at once. But if it is, then we'll definitely continue for now. Let's see. Call is, can you hear me? Everything good to go? Lagging? Sound is good? Thanks, menu. Yeah, we might have to kind of cut back a little bit. It's good? Okay, sorry. Sorry about that, everyone. Hopefully everything's good. Seems like it's working on my end. So, anyways, if we're going to go up and make a wave C on the US dollar, then most likely this is going to end up continuing back down. And we have to keep that in mind when we're talking about the US dollar pairs. Now, these white charts are actually my own personal charts that I actually do trade with, and these are also the charts that I do share with everybody in my group. So I am still a big believer that the trend is going to continue on the dollar pairs. I still think there's a very good likelihood that this is like a wave. Um, I still think there's probably a pretty good chance. Man, what is going on with the sound today? Ah, desktop audio. I don't think I have any playback anywhere. Let's see here. Turn on mic. I think that's good. I do apologize for this. Kind of a work in progress. It's good on YouTube. Okay. Well, hopefully it's good. I do apologize if it's not. I'm not really sure. And definitely don't be afraid to let me know if it isn't good. So I am definitely still looking at this as possibly an ABC correction. I think there's a very good chance this is an A. I think that this is also very likely to be a wave B, and I think this is also very likely to be going down for a wave C. I still think this is going to end up continuing back up. I really do not think that these trends are over. I think that we're probably just looking at a correction to this last move up right here. We're probably already in a wave C, especially when you look at the US dollar index. So I think there's a pretty good chance this is not over yet. I would expect it to go down to the 61.8, maybe even go down to the 78.6. Then I think there's probably going to be a pretty good chance that we are going to end up continuing the uptrend from there. So I am definitely looking at this as a possible ABC correction to the uptrend. So let me just see. Mute site. There we go. That's probably why we're getting two feedbacks. Okay. So I think I figured out the problem. So, anyways, yeah, I'm definitely looking at this as a possible ABC correction, and I'm definitely looking for at a Fibonacci level for a possible reversal. So let's take it down to the 4 hour time frame. I think it's actually very clear what's going on here. I actually think originally, like I was saying last week, I think this is actually a wave 5 right here, and that would make this a downtrend, most likely a wave A. And I think this is one, two, three waves up right here, wave B. And I think we're in a one, two, three of wave C right now. So I would expect a little more down. I would expect the 61.8 or maybe even the 78.6. If it goes down to one of these fib levels, whether it's this one right here or whether it's this one down here, makes that double bottom, makes it break a structure to the upside like this or like this, then that's exactly what I personally would be looking for an entry to go long for the continuation of this uptrend. I still think that there is a very good likelihood that this is going to end up continuing up. Definitely looking for logs. We, so yeah, let me see. Apparently, I am definitely having some audio issues today. Give me just 1 second. Maybe I gotta switch back to my normal mic.
Alright, let me know if that's any better. Hopefully it is. Hopefully changing mics is good. So hopefully we're all good now. So let's try this. Changed up to a different mic. So basically, long story short, I think that we are very clearly in a wave 3 right now. I still think this is very clearly a 1. I think this is a 2. And I think we're in a wave 3 of wave C. I also think that there is probably a pretty good chance that this is going to go down further. I think the 61.8 is likely, so I would still expect to see some more down movement. And then if we get that double bottom, whether it happens at the 61.8 or whether it happens at the 78.6, it doesn't really matter. Either way, I think that this is going to end up probably looking something like that. Or possibly something like this. Whether it happens at the 61 and the 78 is really not that big of a deal. Either way, I definitely think we're going to recognize when this correction is over, and either way, I am definitely going to be looking for longs at the end of this correction for the continuation of the uptrend for sure. So, let's look at the pound dollar and we'll look at the major pairs. We'll look at gold and then I'll start taking requests. I already got one request. I want one of my members wants me to look at Volvo for them, and we will start with that. So, anyways, yeah, I honestly think that this pound dollar could be a like expanding flat, to be honest with you, or maybe even a running flat. But I think that the pound dollar trend is also up. Maybe the wave 4 is over, maybe the wave 3 is over, I mean, but either way, I think the trend is still up. Yeah, we definitely are making a pretty solid move down today, but I still think that this is very likely to make a higher low. I still think this is very likely to end up continuing the uptrend. So, yeah, as of today, we should be looking for sorts. There's no doubt about that. I actually do think that this is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here, and that means that this is probably a wave A. And I think there's a pretty good chance this, even though that's a way higher high, I think that's a wave B, and I think that we're already in a wave C. And then once that's over, I think we're going to continue up. I'm still looking at this 161.8, which is all the way up here, as a very likely area for this to end up. So I still think there's a pretty good chance that we are going to continue up. But as of right now, as of what's going on right now, I personally would still be looking for longs in an uptrend. Part of the thing that kind of gives it away for me is looking at correlated dollar pairs, especially the US dollar index. If I was just looking at this pound dollar, I would never know that we are most likely in a wave C. And most likely, if I wasn't looking at the US dollar index, if I saw the end of a trend, I would say to myself, oh, that's probably a wave A. And then this is probably going to be a wave B, and then it's probably going to go down for a wave C, and then probably end up continuing the uptrend from there. So if it wasn't for the US dollar index, I would never know that this is actually most likely a wave C to the uptrend. So I think that this is actually a 1, I think this is a 2, I think this is likely to make a 3, 4, and 5. Probably end up looking something like that by the time it's done. It should take out the low of wave A unless it's a running flat, which is definitely a possibility. But I would expect to see a 3, I would expect to see a wave 4, and I would expect to see a wave 5 before I actually get the continuation of the uptrend. So I still think that that is going to be the most likely scenario as far as this goes. And I am definitely still looking for longs in an uptrend. I mean, I'm more of a swing trader anyways, so there was actually a really nice short today, though, and that was actually a very nice little expanding correction right here. That was an A, and this is a lower low, B, and it's a wave C. That's an expanding ABC correction and an expanding flat. So that right there would make this a 1, and that would make that an ABC of 2, and most likely we're going down right now for a wave 3. So I think there's a pretty good likelihood that we're going to continue down. I don't really think it's over. It definitely is possible that it's a running flat, and if it is a running flat, it could make a higher low, higher low. And if that's the case, we should better recognize that because we should see that wave 4, we should see that wave 5, and then we should see a break of structure to the upside. And if we do see that break of structure to the upside, that should be the continuation of the uptrend. So that's definitely what I would be looking for the continuation of this uptrend, 100%. So let's see here. Now let's watch. Let's check out gold real quick because I know somebody's gonna request gold anyways. Thanks, menu, for that, buddy. I'm pretty sure it was just an issue with my mic. It probably wasn't even an issue with anything else. So, anyways, we actually spent quite a bit of time today in my members meeting that I do every single day for my premium members looking at gold, which we always spend quite a bit of time looking at gold anyways, but we pretty much did come to the conclusion that this is almost definitely a wave C. And the reason why is because we looked at other gold pairs besides gold versus the dollar. We looked at gold versus the euro, gold versus the pound, gold versus the Aussie, gold versus the Kiwi, and they all had the same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 look to them. Some of them are definitely a little different than others, but they definitely all look like a wave A, they all look like a wave B, and they all look like they're most likely in a wave C. Now, one thing you really do have to keep in mind is wave C's do not have to take out the low of wave A. This could easily make a higher low and just continue the uptrend. I still think that is probably least likely, but it is definitely a possibility that we do need to keep in mind. So, this correction to me, I mean, it may technically not be over. It technically could go up one more time, maybe hit a fib level and then go down, take out the low, and then end up continuing the uptrend. But the whole thing is if this really is a wave C right here, then that means that this wave C, once we have the end of this trend right here, it's probably going to be the continuation of the uptrend. So basically, if we do get like a very significant higher low, I think we need to be going long because it may look like it should be a wave C and continue down later on. But if this really is a wave A right here, 5 waves of A, and this is like a double zigzag wave B, which is what exactly what I think it is, ABCX, and then ABC. It looks like to me a double zigzag, ABCX, ABC. That means that this right here is an A, that means this right here is a B, and that means we're most likely in a wave C. So basically what that means is once we get the end of a trend for this trend right here that we're currently seeing, then that means that it's probably going to be the continuation of the uptrend, whether it makes a higher low, or whether it makes a lower low. It doesn't really matter. And the trend is definitely down, and I think you'd still need to be looking for shorts. And most wave C's do take out the low of wave A, so you would expect it to go down. But I just want to make everybody aware that if we do get a higher low and we do get an impulsive move up, it could continue the uptrend. My target is still the $2,500 and 50 area. So I think that we definitely still need to primarily be looking for longs in an uptrend. So taking it down to the 1 hour time frame, the trend is definitely still down. I was talking to my members today about how this actually could end up being like a B C correction right here. Like this is the A, this is the B, and this is the C. But the more I think about it, the more, like I was just explaining on the 4 hour time frame, if we get the end of this trend right here, then that should be the continuation of the uptrend. So if this really does turn up, if it really does break structure, even though it looks like it might be an ABC correction, it may not be. It may actually be the beginning of a new uptrend. It could even turn into a 1, 2, 3 and just keep on trending up. But I will have to see the breaker structure to the upside, which I definitely do not see yet. Once I see that breaker structure to the upside, that's what's going to tell me that this 1-2 is over, and that's what's going to tell me we're probably going up for a wave 3. So, based on other gold pairs, like I said, looking at all the other gold pairs, gold versus the euro, pound, Aussie, Kiwi, and all the other cross pairs, gave us a pretty good idea that we are very likely in a wave C already. Now, it could make a higher low on the 15-minute time frames go up, and this could still be an ABC correction to the downtrend. The 15-minute time frame is not really, making a higher low on the 15-minute time frame is not going to tell you this trend is over. It could just be another ABC correction to the downtrend. Seeing a higher low on like the 4 hour time frame is going to tell me this is over. If this makes like a higher low on the 4 hour time frame, goes up, makes a big giant engulfing move to the upside, that is what's going to tell me that we have the end of a trend. And if we have the end of a trend, it pretty much has to be the end of a wave C, and it pretty much has to be the continuation of the uptrend. So I definitely think we need to be paying attention to that for the potential of the continuation of the uptrend. So definitely keep an eye on gold. So anyways, I'm going to start taking requests. If anybody has something they would like me to look at, then put it in the chats. I'd be more than happy to look at basically anything. If anybody has not joined my 100% free Discord community, definitely do so. It is 100% free. You'd never have to join my membership or pay a dime if you do not want to. Now, I do a lot for my members, including giving them all my trade setups. So if anybody is interested in joining my membership, then you do get access to a lot. It's $30 a month, and I call it Learn and Earn at the same time, because not only are you getting access to my trading course, which is 35 videos long, and you're also getting access to my daily live streams. Every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday I do a London live stream. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday I do a New York live stream. Live trading sessions, live analysis. We enter trades together as a group all the time. So not only are you going to be learning to trade by participating in my Zoom meetings and taking my trading course, but hopefully you're going to be learning and earning at the same time by following along with some of my swing trades. Now, I am definitely not a scalper, so if you do join my membership, just keep in mind that I am not a scalper. I do not trade the short time frames. I am definitely a swing/day trader. So just keep that in mind if you do decide to join, that I am not going to be on the 5-minute, the 10-minute, 15-minute, even 30-minute time frames. I'm going to be on like the 1 hour to 4 hour time frame looking for entries. So anyways, let's keep taking requests. The whole point of these live streams is to take requests. So definitely don't be afraid to put your request in there, and I'll be happy to look at basically anything. So let's keep going. I think the Aussie dollar is next, so let's do the Aussie dollar. Yeah, Skyrock wants the Aussie dollar. Yeah, I still am pretty bullish on the Aussie dollar. Now, the Aussie dollar definitely does have 5 waves up, just like the US dollar index. So we could possibly be now making a correction to this whole 5 waves. And if we are making a correction to the whole 5 waves, potentially it could go down quite a ways, maybe even take out the low of wave 4 before it actually continues the uptrend. But I personally still think this is the end of a correction right here. And if that is the end of a correction, then it will not only take out these highs, but it will probably continue to make higher highs, higher lows on at least the weekly and daily time frame. So I personally think that we are most likely just in an ABC correction. Taking it down to the shorter time frames, I think at this point we should probably get rid of that, and we should probably put our Fibonacci from this whole move up, all the way from top to bottom. Let's get rid of that on the daily's fine. So one thing you really have to notice is that we got almost a perfect 5 waves down right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you have a counter trend that's 5 waves like that, it's almost always going to be a wave A, or possibly a wave 1, but more than likely a wave A. And then you get another move up that takes out the higher wave 4. That's very likely a wave B. I think we are very likely in a wave C right now, and I do not think this wave C is over. I actually think at this point it probably is going to take out the low of wave 4, which would put us down to the 50% area. Seems like a pretty likely area for this to go. Then we're probably going to see a break of structure to the upside, and we're going to see the continuation of the uptrend. I personally still think this is likely to be a wave 1. I think this is likely to be a wave 2. And I think it's likely to go up for a big old wave 3 once this ABC correction is over. Which, today's already Wednesday, so it may not even end until next week. And we do have a lot of news next week. This week has definitely been very, very slow, especially when you're talking about the dollar. But next week, we have a lot of news next week for pretty much everything, including non-farm payroll. We got interest rate for the euro. We got interest rate for the Canadian next week. We got CPI for the Swiss next week. We got all that PMI news for the dollar. Next week is going to be a really, really big week for the dollar for sure. And also, Thursday night, Friday morning, we got CPI for the yen, which is also a really big deal. So definitely keep an eye on, this news calendar and make sure you're keeping up with the news because most big turns in the market definitely do happen at news events. Now, this move up right here definitely looks a little bit like a trend, which is why I had this originally labeled as an ABC right here, which I just barely deleted, but this definitely does look like a trend, doesn't it? And that would make you think that this could possibly make a higher low, which I still think is possible. And the reason why I think it's possible, even though I just told you that it's probably going to go down, take out the low of wave 4 on the 4-hour time frame, is because the daily, weekly, and monthly, I think, are trending up. So it is possible that this makes a double bottom, breaks structure, and continues the uptrend. And if you do see that, 3, 4, 5 shape with a break of structure, then you definitely need to be aware of it, and you definitely need to get out of your shorts, and you definitely need to start looking for longs in an uptrend for sure. But as of now, there's no confirmation of that, and honestly, on the higher time frames, it definitely looks like this is an A. It definitely looks like this is a B, and we most likely are in a 1, 2, 3 of wave C, just like what I was explaining on the other, dollar pairs. So I think there's a pretty good chance we are going to keep going down, most likely in a wave 3 of wave C. Most likely it will take out the low of wave A. I think it personally, if anything, I think more than likely it will take out the low of wave 4, which puts us all the way down to the 0.6538 area. I think that's a pretty reasonable, pretty likely target for this to actually end up going. So definitely keep an eye on that. I think that is very, very likely to keep going down, at least for now, unless you see that double bottom break of structure to the upside. I would definitely keep on looking for longs. Let's see. Audio, DAX. So yeah, let's keep the requests coming in. I will be more than happy to look at basically anything. I can look at crypto. I can look at stocks, indices. I need to look at Volvo for one of my members real quick. And then we'll move on and we'll look at the DAX for Carl. And then we'll keep going from there and we'll keep it going. And like I said, definitely join my Discord community. Like I said, the Discord community is 100% free to join. The link for that is right here in the up above, or it's in the chats, or it is in the description of this live stream. But my Discord community is 100% free to join. You never do have to pay a dime if you do not want to. So definitely check that out. It is definitely worth a look at for sure. So let's check out Volvo for Speedy, I think it was, right? I forget that guy's name. Sorry about that. Yeah, Speedwell. So let's check that out. Ooh, wow, yeah, that looks like it's going down for a wave C, doesn't it? Yeah, I would say so. Probably the best thing to do as of now is just to verify is get rid of that and put this from here to here. Yeah, I think we're going down for a wave C by the looks of it. That's probably a wave A. This is probably one, two, three waves up, wave B, and we're probably in a wave C right now. And most indices definitely look like they're in a wave C, so there's probably a pretty good chance that this is in a wave C also. But looking at the weekly time frame, I still think the trend is up. I still think we could just make another one, two, three pattern like that, or even like this, one, two, three. You know, one, two, three ways down, break a structure, and go off and move to the upside is exactly what I would be looking for my next entry to go long for the continuation of this uptrend, definitely. So I would continue to look for longs in an uptrend if you're swing trading. If you're day trading, then you're probably short already, honestly, because that's actually a very clear little ABC correction right there, especially with that spike right there being the way B. And this is there's so many gaps on this thing, it's hard to, get a good wave count, but I think it's a wave A, I think it's a wave B, and I think we're probably going down for a wave C, and then I would expect it to turn back up after that is complete. So I would expect that to be the most likely scenario on that. Taking it down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, as of right now, I would definitely be looking for shorts. I feel like the 1 hour time frame on these stocks would be a little difficult to trade unless you're just, day trading it. Because, boy, there's so many gaps on this thing, it's unreal. I would expect it to continue to make lower lows, lower highs, probably end up looking something like that, though, for sure. Let's check out the DAX. Let's see, what do we got going on with the DAX? Probably turning down just like the other indices, huh? Yeah, I mean, this really does not look like it's over. Look at that. One, two, three. If anything, we're probably just in a wave four right now. And maybe not even that. Maybe it could just be a subdivision of a much, much bigger trend. Like, we could literally just be in a crescent to this last wave up right here. We could go down and then just continue the uptrend. So, obviously, the best thing for us to do right now is to put our Fibonacci retracement on from here to here. And go down to like the 4 hour time frame. Oh, yeah, look at that. We already probably have a wave A. We already have a wave B. If this goes down to a fib level, it makes that double bottom 3, 4, 5 shape at a Fibonacci level. Then that would be my entry to go long for the continuation of the uptrend. Wow, look at that correction right there. That was kind of a tricky one. Boy, how many waves does that have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 waves. Wow. So I would definitely still be looking for longs overall, unless you are day trading it or swing, trading on the very short time frames. If you are trading on the short time frames, then you probably still got a couple more little sorting opportunities. But it could turn it to 38, it could turn it to 50. It could even go down to 61.8. Whichever level it decides to turn at, I think we should be able to recognize it, so because we should be able to see a double bottom, we should be able to see a break of structure, we should be able to see that 3, 4, 5 shape that you see at the end of every single trend if you are on the correct time frame. So I would be looking for shorts on the 1 hour time frame and below. Anything above that, I would definitely be looking for longs for sure. Let's see, let me keep going and we'll get caught up a little bit. Hey Hammy, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, let's check out the US 100 for Hammy. Oh, let's see. NASDAQ, right? Most of the other indices have turned down, and this one is still holding pretty strong. It definitely looks like a 1, 2, 3. You would think that it would turn down and make a wave 4 like the other ones and go up for a wave 5 like the other ones. Let's see, what are these fib extension levels? Yeah, man, I don't really think the uptrend is over on these things. It really doesn't look like it's over. I honestly think that a lot of these indices are just in a correction. I still think that the trend is up, and I still think the trend is going to continue up. I don't think we're having that big giant crash that a lot of people are predicting. I think it is going to come, but I think it potentially could come quite a bit later. Definitely looks like it should be a wave A. It looks like it should be a wave B. It looks like it should continue down for a wave C. And then it looks like it should continue the uptrend, basically just like the DAX and the other indices. Definitely seems like the most likely scenario to me. Oh yeah, that's definitely a trend right there. Nice little trend. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a better chance it's going to keep going down. So honestly, you probably should be looking for shorts, at least for now. I would expect to see some sort of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shape. Something like that I would expect to see. I noticed that some of these indexes definitely don't follow Elliott wave rules quite as nicely as some other things do. But, as far, at least on the shorter time phase, on the higher time phase, I mean, looking for three-way pullbacks is definitely awesome. I mean, even that right there, little 1, 2, 3, little 1, 2, 3, little 1, 2, 3, probably a 1, 2, 3. Even this right here is a big old ABC curtain. Right here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Three-way pullbacks everywhere you look. And that's exactly what I would continue to look for until the higher time frames have a break of structure to the downside or a big significant turn to the downside. I would definitely continue to look for those three-way pullbacks 100%. So let's go back and check out the US dollar CAD for Carl. US dollar CAD. Daily time frame. Yeah, let's see what we got going on with this US dollar CAD. It's going up pretty strong. I should have went long on this today because the weekly time frame is definitely up. Actually, yesterday was the entry, but I honestly think it might end up breaking that high right there by the looks of it. Yeah, I definitely think it's going to break that high. My original target on the US dollar CAD was all the way up here at the 161.8 at a 178.6 because I think it looks like an expanded flat. I think it looks like it's still a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably still a wave 1. This is impulsive up, wave A, 1, 2, 3 waves down, wave B. It's probably going to end up making its way up to that 161.8, especially looking at the dollar index. And, go up and make like a double top and then probably end up continuing the downtrend. And I still think it's going to be a 1, 2, but it could end up just continuing up and just being another wave of the uptrend on the higher time frames. But it's got pretty much one last chance to turn down, which, boy, it definitely doesn't look like it's going to turn down anytime soon. I mean, if this does this shape right here, then okay, I would start looking for shorts again, but man, it really looks like it's just going to keep on going up. It looks like it's, might make a pullback, but it's probably going to be a higher low and then make another pullback, make a higher low, and just keep on going up. Yeah. Like I said, it was actually a really nice long opportunity at the break of structure down here. Nice little break of structure right there. That was a perfect entry right there. Beautiful trade. And then it even came back and did a retest right there. Nice little retest. Continuation. Retest. Continuation. Retest. Continuation. Kind of like what Menu was showing us earlier on, I think it was gold or one of those other pairs. Man, breakout retest. Those retest areas, man, those are some really reliable places to get into these trades, definitely. So I would be looking for longs until proven otherwise. There's no doubt about that. Definitely looking for longs until proven otherwise. So, let's see here. Let me move on. US 30, I think, is next. A lot of people like the indices nowadays, it looks like. Yeah, US 30 from ARA. A lot of people like the indices, and I honestly I've never really been I've never traded the indices, to tell you the truth, besides the S&P 500 a few times. But I think I'm going to start trading them once in a while because, man, they do make some nice little entries. I definitely think the trend is going to continue up, but I think that it's going to go down potentially for a few days before it goes up. Probably even maybe for a week or two, but I do not think that these trends are over. I think this is a wave C. Actually, I think it's very, very clearly a wave C. Nice little 5 waves. Wave A. 1, 2, 3 waves up. Wave B. Most likely we're in a wave C right now. So one of the things you could definitely do is throw your Fibonacci extension on there from here to here. Ooh, that kind of looks like it could be a regular flat too. Probably more likely to go down and make a double bottom at this point, I bet. Somebody's ripping it up on the motorcycle, if you can hear that. So anyways, yeah, I think this is probably pretty likely to be a wave A, probably pretty likely to be a wave B. I don't think it's over. I think it's going to trend down at least for a few, probably all the way into at least next week or minimum. I would expect 100% of the 123.6 to be where this wave C ends, potentially being the continuation of the uptrend. So based on that, I would definitely be looking for shorts at the end of pullbacks. Man, look at that entry right there. Oh my God, look at that ABC correction. Beauty, beauty, beautiful. ABC, go short. ABC, go short. ABC, go short. Guess what I would still be doing? I would be looking for 3-way pullbacks to go short for the continuation of this downtrend. Definitely, definitely, definitely continuing to look for short opportunities. Like I said, I think we are going to go down probably at least to the 37,290 area, probably minimum is where I would be expecting this to go. So, like I said, if you have requests, definitely put them in the chats. The more requests I get, the longer I'll probably stay on. So, let's see, US 30 is where we left off. We did the DAX, we did the US Canadian, we did the Aussie dollar. Yeah, I can take a look at Nvidia. Is that you, KK? I think that's KK. He's a member of the group. Hey, Holden Hope, how's it going, buddy? I just see you because I just scrolling down on the chats. I fell a little bit behind on the chats, but now we're all caught up. So yeah, let's check out Nvidia. Yeah, we can check out oil too. Yeah, we already looked at the dollar, but boy, people love the dollar analysis, that's for sure. Where is Nvidia? There it is. I was gonna say, I know I got it on here somewhere. Holy crap, look at that trend, huh? Wow, are you long on that thing, Merc Knight, KK? Holy crap, buddy, that is one hell of an uptrend, wow. Knowing you, you probably are long, probably been long for weeks. That's awesome. Man, it's in like no man's land too. Is this not the right chart? Is this the right chart, KK, for what you want? Wow. Is this not the right one? Am I looking at the wrong chart? Yeah, it's the right chart. Sorry about that. People had me second guessing it. So it definitely is a 1, 2, 3, but man, when you're in no man's land like this, it gets a little bit harder to do a proper forecast when you're in no man's land like that. Wow, I wonder why Nvidia is in such high demand. I wonder if it's because cryptocurrency is so high that everybody's trying to mine crypto again. Because I remember a couple of years ago, I was trying to buy my computer and I was gonna purchase a new desktop computer, and I had a really hard time buying the computer that I wanted because I wanted a good graphics card on my computer. And man, Nvidia graphics card were in such high demand because everybody was mining cryptocurrency. Yeah, the AI chips. Yeah, man, that's crazy, huh? Hey, Joseph, how's it going? Yeah, those AI chips. Yeah, okay, yeah, that is what it is, isn't it? Wow, that's crazy. Man, when you're in no man's land like this, it gets a little hard to do a proper forecast. I'd like to try to put a fib extension on there. Oh, they have a monopoly on it right now? Where could I use my fib extension? Yeah, the EU actually was a really nice sort today. I didn't get sort on it. I'm kind of sad that I didn't, but that's okay. I was kind of still looking for longs, so yeah, let's do a Fibonacci extension. It's just where do I put the dang thing? There's not a really good correction to stick it on. Where was the last break of structure? Man, there's really not a break of structure. I guess I guess you would put it right here because technically that's probably where the trend started. Man, that's kind of a hard place to know exactly where to stick this thing. Maybe you could just put it right there because that's technically where the last trend started. Yeah, I don't know how accurately I would use this Fibonacci extension, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a wave 3, there's no doubt about that. I think this is Nvidia, but 1, 2, 3. I mean, even when it does turn, it's probably going to have to make a 4 and a 5. Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't think there's really any exit. Definitely a 1, 2, 3. There's no doubt about that. I mean, I guess if you see a break of structure, maybe you could get out. But even when you see a break of structure, it's just going to probably be a wave 4 and a wave 5. And it doesn't even have to break structure now. It could possibly just keep on making higher highs, higher lows. Holy crap. Wow, that's a pretty crazy looking trend right there. Let's see, what else we got going on? We can look at oil for Hammy. We did the US 30. Let's look at oil. Oil was breaking structure, but did it hold? That's the question. Wow, didn't really hold very well, did it? Technically, it definitely did break structure. But man, I changed it to longs because of the structure break. But man, the way it's rejecting structure, I don't know if you should even be looking for logs. You probably should still be looking for shorts. The way that thing rejected structure like that, that's not a good sign for longs. And I do think overall the trend is going to go down. I think we're in a wave C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. I think this thing is potentially going to go down someplace around the $40 a barrel range. Potentially, we got a pretty decent amount of downside left. So, I mean, I would obviously throw a Fibonacci retracement out here from here to here. The way this is a trend makes you think that this should be a wave C, but it's actually, I do have a different look on it too. What if this right here is a wave A? And this is 1, 2, 3 waves down, 1, 2, 3 waves up, 5 waves down. What if that's a wave B and this is actually a wave C? And if this is a wave C, this thing is just going to keep on trending down. You definitely should be looking for shorts. Looking at this pattern, you would think that this would be an ABC crescent to the move up. But technically that is 3 waves down, isn't it? If that's 3 waves down, then this potentially is going to just be a wave C, and that's potentially just going to go down from here. Wow, that's pretty damn nice. That's crazy looking. It might just keep going, to be honest with you. I mean, it literally could just do this over the next coming weeks. And honestly, by the looks of it, it seems probably like that's the most likely scenario at this point. So I would definitely keep looking for shorts on that, for sure. Let's look at the Euro Kiwi. I might have missed some. If I missed any analysis, let me know. Put it in the chats. Let's look at the Euro Kiwi though. That's a pair we've had a lot of conversation about lately. I still think that it's going to go up and make a wave C, and I hope it's going to go up and make a wave C. But boy, the Euro Kiwi is terrible looking. Yeah, I'll do the S&P 500, but no problem. I'm still long. I've been long for a while. As far as the sort of time frames go, I mean, your guess is probably as good as mine as what the count is. I mean, we definitely do have a break of structure right here. I would like to see this trend line broken. Like this is what Hold and Hope is showed us today in one of our meetings. I'd like to see this trend line broken, and then I'd like to see a retest, and then I really want to see a break of structure. That's what's really going to prove that this is over, and that this is really going up. But a break of that trend line is probably going to be pretty good proof also that it's going up in a big way. I would like to see it go up and make this big old wave C, and based on correlated pairs, the Euro Aussie definitely looks like it's going up. The Pound Aussie looks like it's going up. And the Pound Kiwi doesn't look that great, but at least it looks better than the Euro Kiwi. So I think they're going to go up. I hope they're going to go up. But technically, the trend is still down. So I am long. I'm hoping it's going to go up. But if it does go down and stop me out, the trend is definitely down. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it did go down. I hope it doesn't go down. I think it's going to go up. It should go up. Whether or not it goes up, it's really hard telling because the trend is definitely still down, and there's definitely no break of structure. There's definitely no higher low. There's no break in this trend line. It tried to break it today, but yeah, so far there's really not much confirmation that it's going up in any significant way at all. Now, every single pair on this list right here, from top to bottom, are pairs that I do analyze every single day in the live Zoom meetings that I do for my premium members every single day. Like I said, I call it learning and earning at the same time, but every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I do a 90-minute London meeting, and every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I do a 90-minute Zoom meeting. Now, this is live trading and live analysis. We don't take trades every single day in these meetings because I'm not a scalper, but we do take trades most of the time, at least the majority of the time. And I like to call it learn and earn at the same time because while we're learning to trade by following along with my trading course and by attending my live Zoom meetings that I do twice a day, which is not just analysis, it's more teaching. I want to teach people to trade. That's the whole point of my membership. But at the same time, I want people to earn. So I do share all my swing trades with the group at the time of entry. I do share all my trades with the group. I don't really consider it a trade signal service, but I definitely do share all my setups with the group at the time of entry, so definitely check that out. So yeah, let's look at the S&P 500. The S&P 500 did make a turn down today, but just like the other indices, I really don't think it's over. I think this is very likely. I think this is very likely a wave A. I think it's likely a wave B. I think we're in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of wave C. And then I think it's going to end up continuing the uptrend. Yeah, Harry, I think you're probably right. It's probably going to be making a wave 5 of wave C. It's probably a wave 4 too, if that's what you mean. If that's what you mean, I totally agree. 1, 2, probably 3, probably 4, and probably eventually back up for a 5. So I do agree that there's probably a really good chance that we're going to see at least one more long opportunity. Definitely seems that way to me. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out for those longs after the pullback is completed, which I don't think it's over yet because this is definitely a 1, 2, 3, I think. Most likely this is a 4, and most likely it's going to go down again for a 5, take out these lows, and then probably continue back up. Yeah, we have looked at gold. We can look at gold again at the end here if we need to. Yeah, let's look at the, let's see, the S&P 500, the Aussie Kiwi. Aussie Kiwi just recently broke structure. Originally, I was thinking that this is going to go up to here, and I honestly still wouldn't be surprised if it did bounce from a fib level and end up going up there. But as of right now, we definitely have a break of structure to the downside. We definitely are in a downtrend. We definitely are going down right now. This is for sure a trend right here. Low, high, low, high, low. Until we actually see, a break of structure to the upside on at least a 4-hour time frame, this is definitely a downtrend, and we should definitely be looking for shorts in that downtrend. So I would definitely be continuing to look for shorts. Yeah, the Aussie dollar was a good short today. Until we actually see a break of structure to the upside on at least a 4-hour time frame, I would be looking for shorts. If it does this, then I would start looking for longs again. But yeah, for now, I definitely would be looking for shorts in a downtrend on all time frames. This was kind of an impulsive move today, but look at this. 1, 2, 3 waves up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 waves up, short. 1, 2, 3 waves up, short. 1, 2, 3 waves up, go short. Guess what I'm still gonna do? I'm going to be looking for 1, 2, 3 waves up to go short again. Until the 4-hour time frame and up tell me otherwise, I am definitely doing nothing but looking for shorts in a downtrend, 100%. And that's what I'm going to continue to do until the market tells me otherwise. I think the US dollar yen, I think so. I missed. That was a nice trade yesterday that we got in. I didn't stay in the trade, but now, you kind of had to go to the weekly time frame for the US dollar yen, and the reason why is because on the weekly is where the clarity is. 1, 2, 3, 4. I personally think we're in a wave 5 of 5, and I do think that this is likely to go up to the 100% Fibonacci extension. So I honestly think the US dollar yen is going to go up to possibly the 162.5 area. Now, I do have my Fibonacci retracement on here because, like I've been saying for a very long time now, I mean, it could be a wave A, it could be a wave B, it could turn at a fib level, especially with the fact we got yen news this week, we got CPI for the yen this week, and it could turn down for a wave C and then later on turn back up. But I honestly think that's the least likely scenario. I think this is a 1 over here and a 2, and I think this is a 3, and I think this has already made a wave 4, and I think this is potentially going to go up to that 162.5 for a wave 5 of wave 5. So I'm definitely still very bullish. I don't really see any reason as of yet to think that this is over. I still have this ABC on here just to remind myself that if we do get the double top with the break of structure, then that definitely is the end of a correction, and that definitely would be the continuation of the downtrend. And that would prove to me that this is an A, this is a B, and that we're going down for a wave C. But until I see this picture right here, which I definitely do not see yet, we need to continue to trade with the trend. We need to continue to look for longs. This is actually a trade that I told everybody in my group about yesterday. Unfortunately, I got out of it because for a stupid reason. There was really no reason to get out. But yeah, this was a trade that I told everybody about yesterday. And the reason why we got in was because of 1, 2, 3 down, impulsive up. Like I said, I did end up getting out of it. But boy, that was a really good trade to hold on to. We are probably in a wave 3 right now. This is probably a 1. This is probably a 2. We're probably in a wave 3. Which means that it probably has quite a bit of upside potential left. My next area of resistance would definitely be the 78% fib, which is at 158.44. That's my next area of resistance. It's probably going to end up doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I would definitely still continue to be pretty damn bullish, that's for sure. Definitely no reason to think otherwise as of yet, in my opinion. So, like I was saying, definitely don't forget to join my Discord channel. The link for that is on the screen up here. But the link for that is also in the chats and in the description, so definitely don't be afraid to check that out. And if anybody really is interested in joining my membership, I mean, it is a really good deal. It's only $30 a month. I originally was charging $50 a month. But I want to make it very affordable for everyone, and I want to make sure that basically everyone can afford this, because I do understand that trading is a very, very difficult thing for the majority of us. And pretty much everybody, I already did the Aussie dollar, so you may have to rewatch this, and I already did gold too, so You may have to rewatch my live stream if you missed it. So I do these live Zoom meetings twice a day. I do 9 live Zoom meetings a week. Every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I do a live trading session. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I do a live trading session for the New York session, and I do a live trading for the London session, Market Open. And it also comes with a trading course, which the trading course is about 35 videos long. 7 hours of trading content. I tried to cover a little bit of everything. It actually took me about 2 months to make this thing last year. It took me a long time to make this. I cover pretty much everything as from, funded accounts, compounding your trading account, Fibonacci, what's the difference between a trend and a correction, risk management, extremely important. Market structure, extremely important. I cover Elliott Wave a little bit. A lot of Elliott Wave, I do believe, is definitely a best learned by reading the Proctor book or the Gerald Sanders book. Also, trading psychology, which is extremely important. And one of the most important things about Elliott Wave that I think that 90% of Elliott Wave traders miss is tuning the frequency of your charts. If you don't understand the concept of tuning the frequency of your charts, and you just go to a random time frame and try to put Elliott Wave on your charts, you're probably going to really struggle to get a good, accurate Elliott Wave count. So you definitely have to try to learn how to tune the frequency of your charts, and then putting it all together to become a consistently profitable trader, including some scalping strategies, which, like I said, I'm personally not a scalper, but there's a lot of people in my group that are scalpers, and it's basically the exact same thing, whether you are a scalper or not. So, like I said, the link for that is in the chats and in the description. If you are a member, I do make sure that during these live streams that every single pair that is requested by one of my premium members is looked at. And I am doing these live streams every day of the week. I do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, London, live streams on YouTube. But I am also not going to be doing PM videos anymore because I need to enjoy my evenings. Enjoy dinner, enjoy my evenings. Those PM videos were way too much for me. So now I'm going to be doing these live streams. And if you want to participate in my membership, then the link is fxpipcollector.com, which the link for that is also on the screen, in the chats, and in the description of this live stream. So definitely check that out. I will be back tomorrow for another live stream at the same exact time. So if you want to stop in tomorrow, definitely do so. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so that way you do not miss out on any of my future live streams. Definitely turn on notifications so you don't miss out on my future live streams. So as always, I hope everybody enjoys the rest of the day, and as always,